Hello and welcome to this afternoon or evening, depending where you are, taste challenge. I have two bourbon whiskeys. This is Kings County Distillery of Brooklyn, New York City, New York. This was given to me years ago by my friend David for a present. Thank you, David. Peated bourbon whiskey, 45% alcohol by volume. Very plain bottle, craft whiskey. Uh, I don't know the current price, but it's a lot more than what I'm about to show you because I know this one is $18.99 at a local store right now. $18.99. I got it for $9 on a super discount at Walmart, believe it or not. True story. $9 plus tax. Thank you, Shane. He picked it up for me. So 2023 annual release of the American Hero Edition. They apply the American Hero Edition program to different whiskeys. Each year, a different whiskey. 2023, they chose the Evan Williams 1783. They let current and retired veterans pick the warehouses where it's going to come from, and they're showing the people, and they picked warehouses 1E and 1E and 1J at the Bernheim Distillery. Okay. Uh, is that going to make a significant difference between the regular 1783 small batch? I doubt it, but it could have some marginal difference. Somebody had posted an hour-long video doing 1783 Hero Edition, American Hero Edition versus the regular 1783 black and gold label, and then he never talked about the products. He just answered comments and rattled on and on, and I was like, I'm turning this off. Thank you, Herbie. That's tight. Ooh. Real cork, so I moisturize the cap so it doesn't dry rot. But I don't have too much of the bourbon left, so I don't think that'll happen before I get rid of it. It has a little information booklet on the side, little tag, so they both have that. They both have a tag with some information on the side. And I think the Evan Williams is about half the price of this. This is not going to really be much of a taste challenge because, let's be honest, peated whiskey with that peat smoke, it's not going to taste like Evan Williams. Now, why is this not called straight bourbon? You can tell me because I don't know. I've been trying to figure it out for years. I know the Evan Williams is straight bourbon whiskey. It's aged at least 2 years in new charred oak barrels, and all the whiskey comes from the same state. Okay? Distilled in the same state. So it's straight bourbon. It's got no coloring, no flavoring added. So it's not some of these that I got saying bourbon with natural flavors, those kind of things. And caramel color, even I think a couple of them say. Well, that's probably why they were $9.99 a bottle. All right, but anyway, this one is aged 2 years. We know it's new charred oak because it wouldn't be bourbon if it was used oak. And they say it's all produced in New York State, all the whiskey. Now, the peated barley malt comes from Scotland. That's imported, but still doesn't matter. They distill it. You know, it's converted into whiskey in New York City, in Brooklyn. So I don't know why they don't list it as straight, but they have another product that they sell, if you look at the website below, called straight bourbon whiskey. So they might have just wanted to differentiate it. But if you know something I don't know, let me know, because I sure don't know. I really don't. Burley Sullivan says, same to you. Jason Cleveland says, good afternoon, Jay. I consider Evan Williams to be a good value even in these times of high inflation. I agree with that. I agree. I thought that when I first heard about Evan Williams. I heard some people saying negative things, but I thought, that's probably just overblown. And then I tried it, and yep, it was overblown. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's fabulous, but for somebody to say it's bad, I don't. They need to do some blind taste tests because I'm not seeing that happen too much. Okay, there is somebody called, I think he's called Stab the Dragon, and he does blind taste tests. He gets his wife to mix them up, so he doesn't do the tags at the bottom. Oh, he might, yeah, do the tags, and then she'll write on a pad. Tag 1 is this one, and tag 2 is that one. But I mean, you could mix them up yourself if you just get it well mixed. Don't pay attention too much. Anyone that has anything to say negatively about Evan Williams either hasn't tried it or is brainwashed by marketing. Well, I guess there's people that don't like it. You know, I mean, like literally, honestly, legitimately don't like it. I don't know why they wouldn't like it, but I think there's more people don't like Jim Beam because maybe it's kind of bland or whatever. I like Jim Beam, but okay. Like I say, as soon as I smell the peat smoke, I'm gonna know the answer. I'm gonna be 4 wins and 1 loss after this. The only one I got it wrong with was the green label Evan Williams. I did Evan Williams 1783 against the green label, and I got them mixed up. The green label's 80 proof. This label is 90 proof. The green label's aged 3 years. This one's aged 6 to 8 years. Otherwise, they're the same whiskey. 78% corn, 12% rye, 10% malted barley whiskey. Malted barley. They just take the same whiskey and they do it this way, that way, the other way, this way, side, diagonal, front, back, up, down. And yes, Sazerac does the same thing with their very limited mash bills. Is there something wrong with that? No, I don't guess so. If you want to buy all of it, I bought a number of things. Okay, but it is like they have a core whiskey and then they just kind of make a whole bunch of different brand names from it, but it's, you say, is that why it all tastes the same? All that Buffalo Trace stuff? It might be. Okay. Because you might say, I bought the doggone, I bought Benchmark, and then I bought Blanton's, and I'll tell you what, I thought they ... And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Okay. I'm not smelling any smoke at this particular moment. I thought it would just be a blow up of smoke, like there's the peat. Oh, I accidentally sipped it. There's the peat. I was about to say maybe it has a little smoke. I was about to say that. Really, I'm not lying. I promise you, I was definitely probably not lying. No, but as a comedian, in all seriousness, I was about to say that, and then I sipped a little bit accidentally. But the aroma is not smoky. Nah, but maybe there's a shade of it. No, I mean, okay. Back to this in my left hand. It's kind of chilly here. I thought it was supposed to be hot in Louisiana. It is sometimes, but it's cold a lot of times. Hot to me is I wear a t-shirt and shorts, and that's it. Maybe go barefoot. That's hot. And really just a shorts and no shirt around the house. That's hot. Not this, oh, it's hot, so I'm not going to wear layers, but I got long pants on. That's not hot. That's cool. Okay, Silas Bradford says, how do you feel about drinking Budweiser? Do you still like it? I like drinking it, and I still like it. Did they learn their lesson? Probably not, but it might have sent a message to other companies like, yeah, let's just do fishing promotionals and outdoorsmen and race cars because all that other stuff is poison. I could have told you that. But you wanted to be a fool. Okay. Oh, a few clouds. You know, something's supposed to be clear as a bell. Clouds are creeping in. Hmm. Oh, it might be from chemtrails. I don't think it's bad either. Yeah, we did a duo review of Budweiser the other day. My friend David wanted to. He's like, let's do Budweiser. I said, okay. He had to kind of push me into it because I was like, haven't I done that enough? Haven't I done enough Budweiser videos? He didn't agree that I had. All right. The Evan Williams Bottle and Bond is another great bottle in their lineup. I agree with that, Octavian. And that proof point is a bit closer to my personal preference. Oh, yeah, 100 proof is a little bit too much for me. I'll be honest. I'm more of an 80 proof guy. You say you're a weakling. You're weak. You're worthless and weak. Well, I'm not worthless. But, I mean, yeah, I like 80 proof stuff. So what can I do? Do I like 90 proof stuff? Yeah, I'm drinking one right now. I'm drinking two of them right now. They're both 90 proof, and I like them both. Do you think the bubble will burst someday on the bourbon craze? It's bursting now. People are paying raised secondary prices for allocated products. Jason said, "Well, it's already breaking." Oh yeah, I'm seeing it start to crash. It's slow, like a slow crash, But it's like craft beer. It took 10 years for that thing to come apart. Still hasn't totally been dilapidated, but it's heading there. But oh yeah, because you're seeing so many deals. Like on the one hand, people are paying a fortune for stuff, and then you're seeing all these deals. That's because they're trying to unload stuff. I just as soon hang around for the deals. Tell you the truth. Scotch, that already sort of peaked before bourbon went into its hyper activity. And I just think part of it was just that people got tired of it, and secondly, they kept tasting stuff instead of just buying bottles. Well, that's mostly what they did, just buy it. Like, I can't drink it. Well, why'd you buy it? Just to have it. Like beer. Remember in the craft beer days, people would not drink the beer. It's like, well, my friend David still got a room full of beer. I said, well, why are you not drinking this stuff? He said, it's probably all spoiled. By now, I said, yeah, that's probably true, because you should have drank it when you bought it in 2014, really. Doesn't matter to me. I didn't buy it. I don't care if he ever drinks it, but it seems bizarre to me. I mean, that to me is just totally bizarre. Like, you would have a whole closet with shelves full of beer from 2014, 15, 16, 18, 20, and you don't drink it. It's all high proof, it's all 11, 12, 13, 14% alcohol beers, but still, this cat ain't going that route. So then Scotch kind of went into a relative decline, and then now bourbon's starting to do it too. And I got some Scotch whiskey. I remember those bottles are $40 a bottle, easily $40 a bottle, but I got them for $12.50 each. $12.50. 2 bottles for $25. Full size. I'm not talking about little half-size bottles. I'm talking about full-size bottles I bought for $12.50. And if I show you the bottles, you'll say, what? Maybe I'll show them later if anybody's interested. Most people probably say, no one cares about all of this. If I can remember where I put them. Straightforward, corn-oriented with some rye and with barley malt. I mean, literally, it tastes like the mash bill. A lot of corn, some rye spice, a good amount of rye spice, after all, 12%. And then 10%, you got that breadiness from the barley malt. Is it a perfectly crafted bourbon? Oh, yes, it is. Does it have flaws? Um, I'd like to know what those are. You tell me, because I'm not tasting any. Medium body, mostly dry finish. Got some sweetness in the finish. Got that vanilla, the honeysuckle, nectar, the oak. Is it a lot of char in it? Is there a lot of char in it? Nah. Might be a low level of char, number two char, something. I don't know. I'm not on the inside. I don't work at Bernheim Distillery. Never been there. Been to Kentucky many times. I'd like to take a tour. All right, so I'm going to look at the tag, although it's not necessary. It should have the M, letter M. That's for the main product. C is the competitor. Letter C, the competitor. So does this one taste anything like that one? Well, not really. It does in the sense that it's corn, so it has like a corn syrup taste, like if you taste a corn syrup, that kind of thing. Sweet corn syrup, liquid, liquid corn. This is liquid in a way, in a literal sense, but you know what I'm saying. But it's got the smoky peat. So why would anybody want to make a bourbon that tastes like peaty Scotch? Oh, I don't know. I guess just because they figured people would want to buy it. And I sure am glad I got it for a present. Definitely tastes good. What are the negatives on this one? Let me see. Maybe the price, like $50. No, I can't see any negatives. It's just a different way of doing it. Do I mind a gimmick? No. Is it a gimmick? I guess it is. Does it bother me? No. Honestly, beer, wine, and liquor don't bother me. They entertain me, but they don't bother me. I mean, I didn't like the concept of flavored beer back 25 years ago, 30 years ago. I was like, well, not 30 years ago. I didn't drink beer until 28 years ago. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I thought beer should be pure grains. Why do you want to add flavor? This is wrong. But I'm not saying I was bothered by it. I just thought it was wrong. But then I started thinking, well, maybe it isn't that bad of an idea. Because after all, I'm not being forced to buy it. And even though I can't understand why somebody would want to drink a beer that tastes like strawberries, since beer itself tastes so good. But my father would say, I can't stand the taste of beer. I said, why'd you drink it? He said, just the effects. I said, oh, that's troubling. But so then I started saying, okay, I'll break down and do some flavored beer reviews. Do I really like them? No. Do I ever want to really drink them? No, I don't. Do they all kind of taste the same? Yeah. They kind of taste like fruit punch. But I mean, it's not some big disaster because I did Seagram's. I got Seagram's spiked in the fridge. Passion fruit. 8%. What's it going to taste like? Fruit punch with bread underneath. I mean, it'll get an A probably. It'll probably score an A, but that's an A for what it is, a flavored malt beverage. My personal opinion is very low, but I mean, that doesn't matter. That's irrelevant, really. Experiencing an earthquake, 10%. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Maybe they've improved it, but I seriously doubt it because I'm sure they're using the cheapest barley malt, cheapest corn syrup, cheapest everything from our friends at City Brewing who also make Pabst. Maybe they'll do a Pabst earthquake collaboration. Breweries do collaborations. I should never say that because they might actually do it. The other day I got a 25-ounce Natural Father says Silas Bradford, and 2 King Cobras for only $3. Am I looking at this right? I don't think she charged me the right amount. You should have let her know that. See, because I did do that when I went to a beer store one time. Well, actually, a grocery store in Louisiana. We don't really have liquor stores. So I was at Rouse's, and they had this huge bottle of Canadian whiskey, Caliber, and it was 2 for $5. I said, 2 for $5. I'm looking at the tag. I'm like mesmerized, because first I don't affiliate with Anton Mesmer, but I was mesmerized, and so I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I thought this was a Walmart private label brand, but it's at a different chain, Rouse's, so clearly it isn't. Or they might have sublet it, they might have released it to them. They might have allowed them to sell it to them. They might still own the trademark. You know what I mean? Could be a thing where if we get a little cut of it, something, I don't know. But I saw that on the shelf. I said, 2 for $10. I said, okay. So I went to the counter to check out, and the girl rings it up, 2 for $5. And I'm looking at the register like, I said, that's not 2 for $5. The tag says 2 for $10. And she's like, yeah, but it's half. So I was like thinking, do you know math? But I just said, well, that's 2 for $10. It's half of 10, not half of 5. Oh, okay. And I don't think she understood. She just said, oh, okay. And she rang up $10. So I paid the $10 plus tax. So it was like $11 for 2 huge bottles of Canadian whiskey. But I could have been a dirty dog and just walked out and got those for $5. But then that's on your conscience, you see. If you have a conscience, unless you're a psychopath, a sociopath. But I don't want to be like that. If it costs that, I'll pay for it. 2 for $10 is a giveaway anyway. So like free. The other day I got, oh yeah, I just read. Thanks for going live, says Ken Brown. You're welcome. Butch Willie says, I like the regular Evan Williams. I haven't had this version yet, though. Talking about the, well, now remember, this is a subcategory of the category because the product is 1783 small batch, and it's in a black label with gold writing. This is a red, white, and blue label, but that's because they did it a special, kind of like Independence Day edition, which probably has virtually no differences between the regular. But yeah. But the bottle shape is the same, and the product inside is essentially the same, but it only comes from 2 warehouses on the same campus, same distillery. Otherwise, I mean, I'm sure you think you're an expert. Go ahead, do a blind taste test. You'll never tell it apart. I mean, you might get it right once because you guess right. A 50% chance, but do it 10 times. Let's see. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to make a difference. I have another Evan Williams I can show you. You want to see? Anybody? I can never tell the dang prices of these beers sometimes because they don't put the price. You got a whole cooler full of beer and there's no price. And I usually just don't buy anything at those kind of stores. I'll just walk out. I say, oh, okay, you're going to check me out, look me over, and then you're going to think up a price. And I see them typing the price in. No, we don't play that. Scan it with your laser scanner, and it should ring up. Don't play these games where you type it in a price. Yeah, sure. Hate when that happens, says Silas. Oh, you want to see? Okay, so here's the Evan Williams that you probably won't see. But you might. Now there's a store. It's not close to me. I mean, it's over 20. It's got to be over 20 miles away. Oh, look at that female cardinal. Oh, you so cute. A female cardinal. Oh, she flew away. All right, so they had the glass bottles, but the glass bottles were $1 more. So I was like, why would I pay $1 more for glass when I can get these 2 half-size bottles for $1 less? And my answer was, I'm not going to do that. Now, my friend David says that plastic is from the devil and it's a conspiracy of the, the elite elders to take over the world and all. I'm like, nah, I just think they use plastic because it's cheaper. I'm just joking, but he hates plastic bottles, and he says that chemically it leaches into the whiskey. I've read about that. I see absolutely no evidence of that. I think that's just a idea in people's minds, like thinking red food coloring causes cancer because they gave 10,000 million, 100 million, billion doses of it to rats and they got sick. Because, if you drank red soda pop your whole life, you would get like 1,000 thousandths of a percent of that amount. Okay, but this is Evan Williams green label. Oh, how do you like the green label? Now, if you look at their website, you will never see the green label because it's not listed on the website. As far as the evanwilliams.com is concerned, this does not exist, nor will it ever exist. Charcoal filtered, sour mash bourbon, 80 proof, aged 3 years. There it is. I know it exists. I have it. I bought it. And I got it for $4.99 a bottle. That's $9.98 for a full-size bottle. That's $9. It's actually less. It's actually more expensive than the cut rate price I got for this, $9. But that's, you're never going to see that. Okay, so yeah. If you can get the Evan Williams green label, let me know. This is not their bottom shelf bourbon. This is below the shelf because they don't even talk about it. At least Jack Daniels will acknowledge there's a green label Jack Daniels. Oh, I didn't say they wanted to talk about it. I said they'll acknowledge it. If you look at the jackdaniels.com website, if you go under frequently asked questions, they say, what is Jack Daniels green label? And then they reluctantly discuss it. It's called Jack Daniels number 7, not old number 7, Jack Daniels number 7, which apparently has been around as long as the black label. But they would prefer not to talk about it. And you haven't seen it anywhere since. What are you talking about? Haven't seen what since? Okay, that's it. I love the Evan Williams 1783. You'll never hear me talk bad about it. Oh man, this stuff is primo. I love smoked anything like smoked pork, smoked sausage, smoked turkey, smoked ham. The charcoal smoke, And this, almost said this beer, this bourbon has that, and I love it. Now you might say, oh, I don't want it. That's nasty. Well, it's not nasty, It's actually very delicious, and I still have enough left for probably. It's getting cloudy now. When you get to the bottom of the bottle, they start to get cloudy because the sediment all gets to the bottom. I still got enough for probably 2 taste challenges. I would think 2. Yeah, probably 2. Don't see why not. Oh, but this Evan Williams green label, man, this stuff. Oh, does anybody want to see the super special deal I got on that Scotch whiskey? 2 bottles for, I didn't say 1 bottle for 25. I said 2 bottles for $25. I was so excited when I bought. I was so excited, and it's from one of the great Scotch whiskey companies in the world. And I was like, I know this is going to be so good. I want to try it right now. But I waited. But I just can't wait. But I waited. But I can't wait. But I waited. But I can't wait. All right. So the green label Evan Williams, oh man. I mean, it's very corn. Now, don't get me wrong. This thing is 78% corn and it's aged 3 years and it's watered down to 80 proofs. They add tap water to bring it down. So, but it's pleasant. Would I rather drink this over Jack Daniels? I wouldn't go that far, but it's probably like a tie. I mean, honestly, if you did a blind taste test, probably just be a tie. Jack Daniel's Green Label, the number 7, which I have to go to Orange, Texas to buy. I really don't want to drive over 200 miles to buy it. Or the one everybody sees, the Black Label, Old Number 7. I honestly, I would just obviously buy this because I can get it for the same price I pay for Jack Daniels. I pay half for this, half price. No, more than half price. More than half. What am I talking about? You can't get Jack Daniels for no $20 a bottle these days. It's going to cost you $23.99. Oh yeah, I would buy this every day, every day over Jack Daniels. And I'm not knocking Jack Daniels, and I am not an anti Jack Daniels person. But is this worse? It's not better, but it ain't worse. Well, you know what that means. Okay, so they're both 80 proof. They're both charcoal mellowed, so I know sugar maple, oak, well, whatever charcoal. I don't know what. Honestly, I don't know what charcoal Evan Williams is using because they don't disclose it. Could be sugar maple for all I know. Might be beech, might be birch. I bet it's not cypress. So before I get off the air here, well, if you're on Wi-Fi, I guess it is on the air. But before I get off this, if anybody wants to see the super special scotch that I bought, 2 full bottles, total price $25 plus tax. If you want to see that, let me know now or forever hold your sausage. I mean, hold your peace because I'm about to get out of here. Major League Baseball is about to come on. Evan Williams is better than Jack Daniels, in my opinion, and it's cheaper. Jason, I never said that. I was just making implications to that effect. Honestly, if I can get 750 milliliters of this for $9.98, which actually I can, this would be my go-to bourbon, honestly, assuming I ever drink bourbon on its own merits after work or whatever. I don't actually ever drink liquor unless I'm doing a taste challenge, and that's the truth. I'm honest about that. I'm telling you the truth. People say, oh, you get home from work and make a cocktail or a highball. You do. And my answer is, oh, no, I don't. I only drink whiskey or rum or gin or scotch, whatever, if I'm doing a taste challenge or a review. I honestly never do it. I just never do it. Why do you think these bottles last for years and years and years? Because there's no consumption aside from these little pinprick taste challenges. Okay, I'll show you. I hope I can find the bottles. All right, you come along, Evan Williams. We'll be visiting you soon enough, maybe in a couple of months, or in about a month. Now let me go over here and find that scotch. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where I'll put it. I gotta go check on this. It was a Tale of Fire and a Tale of Ice from Johnny Walker. Tale of Fire and a Tale of Ice. You know those Game of Thrones Scotch. One was made with they were using single malt from different distilleries that they own, and one was focusing on this single malt. One was focusing on that single malt. They're both 80 proof, I think. But man, for $25, $12.50 a piece. Oh yeah, but I wanted to show you the bottles. Let me go track them down. I got to go figure out what's happening here. Hello, Tommy, says Jason Cleveland. Cheers, Louisiana liquor reviews. Why pay the difference when you cannot taste the difference? Right. So I'm sorry I couldn't show you the bottles. I hope I didn't leave them at my friend David's house. He never did tell me about it though. I don't know. I got to go figure this out. All right. Thank y'all. Bye bye.